Godspeed, OP.
You have my sword. And you have my bow.
And my axe. Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Today we're jumping into rSlash Tales of Neckbeards. Yesterday we did NeckbeardStories. Quite an interesting tale unfolding there. We've got so many good series going on the channel right now. We've got Burger Beard, which I mean to wrap up. I'm totally going to get to it sooner rather than later. We got Boot Beard, and then we got Bowler Beard. There's probably a few other ones that I'm not even thinking of. And let's not forget the leg beard side of things. We've got Stealth Beard and the leg beard of my Nightmare series going on, which is... all this stuff is just absolute bangers. I've also got Tabody, you know, character consultancies writing a bunch of great stuff, and I'm just inundated. Sometimes we have like very little content. I'm really scraping by, but lately, this past month or past couple of months has been absolutely amazing, and I have you guys to thank. So thank you for submitting your stories so very much. I'm more than honored to read them, and I know that everybody else around here is always more than excited to hear them. So let's get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way like we usually do, and then we will dive right into part number 4 of Bowler Beard. The Ballad of Bowler Beard, part number 4. Dang, the hunt for Bowler Beard. OP didn't take my advice. I said just let him go, wander away drunk, and whatever happens, happens. But no, she decided to be a good person and actually go after him. If you haven't read or heard parts 1 through 3 yet, here are links. Oh, links! to ReddX and his wonderful narration. Thanks again, ReddX, for reading them. Yes, those links are also in the description. Thank you so much for sharing them actually in the post, Roxers. That is a really cool move. If you think ReddX's voice is like annoying or something, or he makes too many side comments, you can also read them by visiting the user profile at user/aroxers. So, our returning cast. We've got Bowler Beard, 300 pounds of pure neckbeard, topped with his cheap party store bowler hat, which we have learned is felt on the outside and plastic on the inside, but I still imagine it as just like a shiny plastic hat, because that's way more ridiculous. Strapped to his chin with like some elastic. Oh, it's beautiful. He's a beard who prides himself on his lack of hygiene, the worst kind, since with every ounce of skin oil and teeth plaque he gains, his power level grows. Lady Roxers, this is me, half-Asian girl with a timid personality who enjoys the nerdier things in life and is a total bookworm, absolutely hates conflict. I too enjoy the nerdier things. They say the best things in life are free, but that's not true because being a nerd is really expensive. Monk, my then boyfriend and Bowler Beard's childhood BFF, which might be best friends forever or beard friends forever. The jury's still out on that. Avid drinker of craft beers, smoker of cigars, and part-time musician. His personality is that of ennui. Nothing really disturbed or bothered him. He prides himself on just going with the flow. So I give him like the surfer voice, man. Kettle, a member of Bowler Beard and Monk's D&D group. A skinny and nice enough guy, but when he gets mad, he would turn bright red like a tea kettle that had been left on the stove for too long. And like said tea kettle, sometimes he just pops. I think I gave him a hard time in the story last time because he's like talking crap to a cop for seemingly no reason. Almost got the whole gang in trouble. We got Curie, a former coworker of mine and now close friend. She's a small busty girl of Indian heritage, biologist by trade, and she earned her nickname in our college days for her science degree. Super intelligent and super fun person. Chatterbox, yet another D&D friend of Monk and Bowler Beard. He is a nice guy who, for the life of him, will talk your ear off. He's that friend that you see on the TV where the main character answers the phone and then they put the phone down and come back 10 minutes later and the other person didn't even realize that they've been gone. Tower is the last of the main D&D group. Tower's extra tall, easily ahead over everyone else. I think he's at least like 6'5", maybe taller. He works construction, hits the gym, and is solidly built. Very caring, and doesn't take guff from anybody. A gentle giant, if you will. With the mandatory character intros complete, let us whisk ourselves away into part 4 of Bowler Beard. Now, in the past, these Bowler Beard stories have amped it up with the grossness. So I'm hoping that we have some good cringe to snack on today. And really, that's just my gentle way of warning you to probably not eat during the videos. In our last entry, our brave crew was recuperating at Chatterbox's house, trying to sober up and calm down after our run-in with Johnny Law. We also discovered that Kettle and Curie had been hooking up and were officially an item now. Only because the secret was unveiled. Oopsie. This was discovered by our bearded hero, Bowler Beard, as he had caught them in the nefarious act of making out. Gasp! Hand holders indeed! After cheers from the peanut gallery and reassurances from Kettle and Curie that they were indeed happy together, our disgruntled Beard ventured into the night, presumably to work off the frustration of Kettle getting the girl and not him. Oh, woe is the Beard. The world is such an unfair and dreadful place. When you're a Beard. And now we are back to our regularly scheduled programming. Fast forward about an hour after Bowler Beard's hasty departure, the rest of us are still chatting, drinking water, and snacking on whatever munchies we can find. Munchies, bro. Chatterbox. Hey, has anyone gone outside to check on Bowler Beard? Whoa, make sure he didn't pass out, and now he's frozen to the ground because it's freezing out there, man. Even for a big fella like him, it'll get in his veins, The chill, the cold, it's a killer, whoa! Monk, I'll call him. Monk picks up his phone and tries to call Bowler Beard. That's when we hear it. The Imperial Death March from Star Wars, and it's coming from the couch. Has the Empire and Lord Vader come for us this night? Monk, still on the phone, walks over to the couch and retrieves a cell phone from the dark depths of the couch's cleavage. The couch's cleavage. I love it. That deep, dark crack between the cushions that enjoys swallowing up keys, phones, stray food, TV remotes, basically anything you left on the couch, it's probably in there now. Monk holds up the phone, which is still ominously playing its Star Wars ringtone, Monk's name clearly displayed on the screen. Monk, guys, this is Bowler Beard's phone. He must have lost it before he left. Chatterbox, oh, just great. That's just freaking great. Whoa, now how are we gonna find him? He could have went anywhere. If he made a left, he could be in town already. And if he went right, well, then he might be all the way over yonder, Oh, man. Then what happens if he took a shortcut through the park? The park! There's a pond there. Whoa! He might have fallen in and drowned or something. Or maybe he got picked up by the cops. And they're gonna remember him. And we can't even track his phone. Whoa! So we didn't get much of Chatterbox in part number 3. But I will tell you right now in part number 4 that he only talks so much because he has a lot of nervous energy. That might also be the reason that I talk so much. Oh man, it's like looking into a mirror. Whoa! Lady Roxers, I don't think it's likely that it would be the same police that would find him. Tower, yeah, just calm down. I'll go look for him. Tower then moves towards the door after grabbing a jacket. Kettle and Curie, we'll go too. Monk looks over at me with a, I want to go too, babe, but only if you want to. Full disclaimer, I really didn't want to go. Oh, you're with me after all, OP. You just got peer pressured into searching for the beard. I see how that goes. I didn't want to go, but I also didn't want to find that something awful happened to Bowler Beard. For all his faults, He doesn't deserve to drown alone in a freezing cold pond, although that might have helped wash away some of his awful stench. Heck, even if he got arrested, don't they like hose you down with a fire hose or something in there? Or is that just the movies? 2 points. 1, if something awful did happen to him, that wouldn't be your fault at all. He's the one who decided to run dramatically into the night of his own volition. 2, no, they don't hose you down. You do have to take a shower at intake for prison, and then they give you your clothes and they lock your street clothes up in a locker for God knows however long you're in there. But yeah, man, I remember that first prison shower. They make you squat and cough afterwards. That part is not just the movies. Maybe it's best if Bowlerbeard just fell into the pond, but then got immediately rescued, arrested, and then hosed down. And then, maybe for good measure, like a semi-truck hauling soap overturns and just floods the whole jail in a frothy, bubbly panacea. Panacea? Man, we got some $10 words lately. You guys are doing great. We're learning every day. Anyways, I nodded to Bay, slightly conveying that, yeah, it's okay, and we can all go look for him. So the Fellowship has been formed. Me, Monk, Curie, Kettle, and Tower. We seek our lost neckbeardy friend. Our mission, to locate him and bring him back to safety. Godspeed, OP.
You have my sword. And you have my bow.
And my axe. So out the door we go. Now, as every epic adventuring party or horror movie aficionado knows, the very best course of action is to split up the party. Obviously, splitting up the party is always the way to go. I'm pretty sure it has a 100% success rate in all matters. Works 60% of the time, every time. So after 15 steps out the front yard, it was determined that our fellowship will now break into 3 teams. Team Rocksaurs, me and Monk, assigned to go left. I'm gonna call it Team Monksaurs. Team Curie, which is Kettle and Curie, assigned to go right. I mean, Curie has a K at the front, so that's a good combination, I guess. And Team Chatter Tower is Chatterbox and Tower, assigned to go check the park and the pond of possible doom. Do we have a Team Ramrod?
Say car Ramrod.
I got a Plymouth Voyager.
Say car Ramrod.
I'm just full of piss and vinegar tonight. So Team Chatter Tower takes off in a quick walk. A walk that looks like those elderly power walkers that you see at 5 in the morning. Well, Chatterbox takes off like this at least. Tower follows his friend, but his long, regular strides allow him to keep pace without any true exertion. Team Curie and Team Monksaurs go their own ways, and it's conveyed to everyone to call immediately if someone does end up finding him. Monk and I go in our direction, keeping our eyes open and scoping out the front yards of the neighboring houses, looking for any passed out neckbeards. What a horrible thing to find on your lawn. It's worse than dog shit on your doorstep. We search for about 30 minutes, and then Monk gets a call from Chatterbox, which he puts on speaker. Chatterbox, he's not at the pond or the park. Whoa! If he did drown, he must be at the bottom now or something, man. But in the movies, bodies always float, so I don't know. Maybe he picked up rocks to skip in the pond and put them in his pocket, and then they fell in and dragged him to the bottom. Oh, man! Or maybe, whoa! Tower's voice could be heard interrupting him, but not clearly understood. Chatterbox, yeah, that's a good idea. We see some people, so we're gonna go talk to them. Whoa! Any luck on your end? No? Okay, keep looking then. He then hangs up and Monk just kind of shrugs. Monk, let's keep going. We approach the end of the residential area, and small businesses are popping up, and that is when I notice it. In an alleyway, next to a closed, famous 3-letter pharmacy, I spot it, and my eyes might as well have just been burned away. Think like that scene in Indiana Jones where that dude's eyes melt away? Like this? Yeah! Him and me became kin at that very moment. There was Bowlerbeard, standing under some dim lighting, shirtless, and for some reason, glistening in sweat. Is glistening the right word for a wet and sweaty neckbeard? I don't think so. Glistening has like a positive connotation to it. You gotta call him like slick, moist, damp. The most disgusting words you could think of. And I do remind you, dear reader, it is cold outside. And Bowlerbeard is standing over here sweating like he just ran a marathon. Anyways, yeah, there he was. Bowler hat still on top of his head, but shirt nowhere to be found. He hulked out, dude. He did acquire a long stick, though. It looked like a skinny tree branch, and he was waving it around wildly like he was fighting off some invisible foes. Man boobs are flopping around everywhere. Oh, God. As belly fat jiggled like waves. You ever see that Simpsons episode where the doctor pokes Homer's belly and it just never stops jiggling? Yeah, it's like that. Monk on the phone exclaiming excitedly, "Yo, we found him! We're over here by..." He then walks away while motioning for me to go and approach Bowlerbeard. I stare at him like, why me? I shoot daggers at him for a second, but then huffily turn around to find out what the hell Bowlerbeard is doing. As I slowly get closer to him, though, I hit that first layer of defense that Bowlerbeard is using to combat his despicable foes. It's the dreaded Shield of Stench! My palette actually has this ability in D&D. The aura is strong and feels tangible as I encounter it, even still a few feet away from Bowlerbeard. Have you ever been somewhere humid where you can literally feel the air? That's what it was like. A sudden change from the cold to neckbeard miasma. Maybe his stench was actually evolving into a new form of localized weather. Truly a new and wonderful power, but also with horrible consequences. He must have leveled up at some point during his enraged Hulk out sessions. I trade my shirt for a couple of levels. That's cool. I gag and try to breathe from my mouth. This somewhat protects me from the stench, but I can feel it coming into my mouth. That's even worse. Which was the opposite of pleasant. I had to choose my evil, though. Lady Roxers. Bowlerbeard, need air. Hey, Bowlerbeard, you forgot your phone, and we came looking for you to make sure you were okay. Bowlerbeard, eyes still closed, is just waving his stick and striking out with it. A look of concentration on his face. Man, he drunker than anybody at this point. What the hell happened to this boy? As I look closer at him, I notice that there are little yellow fluffy cloud things on him. Maybe fuzz? Fur? Or could they be like those literal stink clouds like they have in the cartoons? Whatever they were intertwined in his hairiness. Oh, you never described Bowlerbeard as hairy. He's a Sasquatch. Oh, his hairiness. His back hair, here we go, was a tapestry all in itself. All curly and patchy all over his back. God. Random bald spots that showed planes of angry red pimples. Ugh. Back knee. Each one a hellish hill on a pale plain of greasy skin. And then it returns to the hirsute forest of back hair, little tufts of mystery yellow fur clouds interspersed and adding splashes of sickly color. It keeps going. And the paleness. I'm not sure if it was like the lighting reflecting off of his damp skin, but the few areas that were not covered in hair, I mean, maybe it was just the cold that was lowering his body temperature, or maybe it's just his natural state to have his skin be the pale color of Nosferatu. You're so good, OP. It's awesome. Whatever the case, the dude was pale. But I think my point still stands. He's just a pale Sasquatch with some back knee. OP, Bowlerbeard, I yell. Bowlerbeard finally opens his eyes. Huh? What? He looks startled to see me. OP, What are you doing, Bowlerbeard?
Oh, I'm doing my Japanese katas. You know, I'm a trained kendoist. Martial arts is in my blood.
Oh, that's funny. This martial arts looks like a fat globule. I'm staring at him, just like when he had made the Marines comment in the last part. I'm beyond flummoxed. OP, katas, Bowlerbeard.
Yeah, they help me focus my ki. That way, I can focus my heat into my body. This keeps me warm and also burns off any alcohol. When you master your ki like I have, you can use it to do all kinds of things.
OP, so you're not cold, even without your shirt? Speaking of which, where the hell is your shirt? Bowlerbeard.
I decided to run here to warm up, so I left it on a bush a couple of blocks away. I didn't want it to get sweaty or ruined because I love that shirt.
I love that shirt so much that I left it on a fucking bush somewhere. Oh, Bowlerbeard. You are just an instant classic. Monk. Bowlerbeard! Monk runs up and gives him a bro hug, which really grossed me out because now I see wet spots on Monk's once nice shirt and even a little bit of that mysterious yellow fuzz. What the hell is the fuzz? Monk, we've been looking everywhere for you, man. Chatterbox thinks you're dead. Mind you, as he's no longer doing his katas, Bowlerbeard is breathing exceptionally hard now. Like, even though he escaped the doom pond, he might still kick the bucket from his own overexertion. Honestly, I think he was holding his breath doing his katas and just pretended not to see us to add to his cool factor, of course. So now he's struggling for air. I mean, he did say that he ran too. Do you think Bowlerbeard's capable of running? I don't know if I quite believe that either. Bowlerbeard.
That's dumb. I'm just trying to sober up. Well, you all have your little chuckles.
OP, are you all right? You're breathing really hard. Hey, babe, did you, bring some water or anything? Monk, I have some gum. He then offers a stick to Bowlerbeard. Bowlerbeard,
Thank you.
he opens the wrapper and pops it in his mouth while panting. OP, hey, we should start heading back now that we... Bowlerbeard. We both look over at Bowlerbeard, who's bent over and coughing, like absolutely hacking up his lungs. His eyes red and bulging, every cough causing his moist man fat to jiggle like globules in a lava lamp. Hey, don't do lava lamps like that, OP. I love a lava lamp. Lava lamps are soothing. Bowlerbeard is not. Bowlerbeard spitting and hacking.
They're so spicy. Why didn't you warn me it was cinnamon? You could have killed me.
Monk, it's red, dude. What other flavor would it be? Plus, it's just gum. Bowlerbeard is still coughing and is overacting, like a lot. It's like he's trying to win an Oscar for his dramatic performance. Eventually, he composes himself, while still loudly clearing his throat every once in a while during the walk back. While walking, I can't help it anymore, and I just have to ask, out of morbid curiosity. OP, hey, Bowlerbeard? Bowlerbeard.
Yes, m'lady.
OP, what's all that yellow fuzz all over you? Bowlerbeard looks perplexed, like genuinely confused. So I point at one that's attached to his nipple hair. It's longish and just kind of flutters in the air. Bowlerbeard plucks at it and asks,
Oh, You mean this?
OP. Yeah? Bowlerbeard shrugs.
I don't know. They've just been appearing. I just stopped thinking about it.
OP. Bowlerbeard.
It's probably just fuzz from my clothes or maybe pollen.
Are your clothes yellow? I don't remember what he was wearing, but I don't think it was yellow. Bowlerbeard then looks excitedly forward and exclaims,
That's the bush with my shirt.
and sure enough, there is his purple Kitty Kraken t-shirt casually tossed on top of some random bush of some random person's house. Half of it is still on top, while the rest had sunk into the bush, getting entwined in the branches. See, he could have lost it forever. Like, he really cares about it? I guess he cares about the shirt about as much as he cares about himself.
This is how I value the things that I love.
It's awful. He pulls the shirt out of the bush and lifts it over his head to put it on. And this is when Monk and I get caught in friendly fire. Lifting his arms up high, we are now exposed to the full force of his armpit musk. His pit hair was soaking wet. God. Clung together, and it honestly looked long enough to braid. It looked like the hair clog that you might pull out of your shower drain, but absolutely drenched in what I can only surmise was a mix of sweat and his own greasy, oily secretions. So descriptive, OP. I keep coming back for the cringe. Monk and I hurriedly took a couple steps back, holding our breath and trying not to gag. Bowlerbeard, having forgotten to first take off his bowler hat, is now struggling. Classic. Stuck inside of his shirt with his hat hampering his efforts. It was a train wreck. Something that you would expect from a cartoon or a sitcom, not real life. Is this real life? This oily, sweaty, rotund man is now fighting with his bowler hat inside of his shirt that is also covered in leaves and little twigs. It's so good. It looks like he got jumped and tossed into a bush, but no, this was all of his own making. Bowlerbeard.
I forgot to take off my hat.
I can't breathe. Bowlerbeard said this in the most downtrodden, saddest puppy voice that I think I've ever heard from him. He eventually frees himself, and we manage to make it back to Chatterbox's house where we meet the others. Many "glad you're alive, dude," and "happy you're safe" comments were passed around. Did they mean it? Probably. Should they have meant it? That's up to you, dear listener. By now, everyone had sobered up enough after our neckbeard hunt, and exhaustion now had us in its grips. After many yawns and good nights, Chatterbox and Tower take everyone home. Hope y'all enjoyed part 4. Stay tuned next time for part 5. It's been a good while, so I have to rack my brain for those quality Bowlerbeard stories. It's like when you go to a restaurant and the menu is too big and you just have so many choices that you don't know what to pick. Maybe some help. What would you guys like for the Ballad of Bowlerbeard Part 5? Our road trip to Six Flags Magic Mountain? Maybe our camping trip in the mountains? Lake adventure with spiders? Our Tijuana escapades? Or even our big trip to the beautiful Philippines? Oh, I like that last one. I'm also partial to Bowlerbeard camping in the mountains. Just see what an alpha male he really is. I'd like to save the Philippines one for like a delicious finale or something like that, because there's probably a lot of stuff that I can relate to in that one. But yeah, there are lots of options, like so many options. Anyways, let me know if you enjoyed. I hope my writing is getting better and that this wasn't too awful. Let me know what I can do to improve. Ta-ta! I mean, overall, I loved the story. I've loved all parts of this story so far. Absolute bangers. Instant classics, if you were to ask me. And it brings the cringe without going too far every single time. It's just this beautiful balance, and I always look forward to hearing more stories from you. If I had to offer some criticism, I'd say, you know, you used glistening 3 different times. I replaced it while I was reading the story because I thought it would be a little funnier that way to call him moist and damp and soaking or whatever. Just kind of grosser sounding words than glistening, which sounds like a fairy or a vampire or whatever. Sparkles, you know. So don't be ashamed to crack open that thesaurus, find a couple of synonyms if you should like. So yeah, that's my relatively inconsequential bit of feedback. Really, the story is absolutely amazing, even without a thesaurus. It cracks me up. It gives so many chances for little side jokes and references and all that good stuff. And all of that makes for some classic Neckbeard videos. This is currently one of the best performing series on the channel. And we do have a lot of series going side by side, so it is a strong gauge of how good your writing is. So I would say, yes, keep it up, write some more. You even threw some words at me like that I didn't know. Panacea? I didn't know what that is. If anybody else doesn't know what that is, it's basically like a cure-all, which does apply to the situation. Cure all of Bowler Beard stench, it's gonna take a lot more than a dump truck full of soap. You need to crash that with a dump truck full of toothpaste, and then maybe we're getting somewhere. But his power level would go down. Quite a sacrifice. Beards have the hardest choices to make. But I will tell you what is an easy choice. Whether or not to like, comment, and or subscribe on this video if you haven't already. I mean, it is a super easy choice. You either liked it and you like, or you didn't and you dislike, and that's okay too. It is all feedback, most valuable. I hope that you guys will share this episode around as well. That is always huge to me. And of course, don't neglect to check out the links. Mr. and Mrs. ReddX, Teespring, my personal subreddit r/ReddXreads, and my Amazon affiliate, which currently goes to my microphone, but if you buy anything else after clicking that link, then I get a little kickback, which is pretty cool. There's also my social medias down there, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, oh, and my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons! I'd like to thank them all, but especially Robert Waits, TSM Kirby, Teddy the Police, Aaron W., Jelly Donut, Fire Drake, Liverson, Silent Revolver, Zathras, Zero MMX, Little Lone Wolf, Vanilla Mel, Roustower, Candy Sora, Aaron Lennox, James Cook, JM Coon, Jerry, John Hero, KK, Miss Monday, Mr. J, Nat1 Nick, Lady Nix, Katikins, Sidestep, Cider Drinker, Serrated Ash, Siegfried, Staples, Yeet, Synaptic Boomstick, Tamago, Tato Ferret, Fusky, Redwind, Leon Embers, Naga Viper, John Indoors, A-Roxers, the OP of our story, give it up. Cake Jerry, that's a different Jerry than the Jerry that I mentioned before, but he's in here. Princess Rosalie, Ghosty, the Last Shinobi, and the Maestro himself, Zuka. Thank you guys very, very much for supporting the channel monetarily. It is absolutely huge for when things get demonetized, or generally just because, you know, it's a nice gesture. Your support really does mean the world to me. If you'd like to join these lovely people in helping to support the channel, that would be absolutely massive. But if you can't right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow, because really, the views is how my beard gets buttered. Whoa, John Travolta. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe watching some more ReddX videos. Oh, sounds good. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I will see you in the next one, and until then, friends, bye-bye.